What's going on, everybody? It's another garden update. I know it's been nearly a month since my last garden update, but with the harvest and family issues that popped up, I had to pretty much pay attention to that. But in that time, I actually did get some stuff planted for the summer. Got some that's coming up and some that's not. So far I got some vegetables that I'm pretty much testing out because I never grew it in a container before, but hopefully it does well. So let me give you an in-depth look of what I got growing. To start off, one of my tomato plants is suffering from a common problem, and that common problem is blossom end rot. There was a red ripe tomato on this vine, but when I looked at it close, the bug or bugs bored itself into the fruit and actually rotted the fruit out. But it isn't like there isn't tomatoes up here. There's more coming as well. At first I thought I was giving them too much water and too little water. Then I found out that it's deficient in calcium, so I'm gonna have to find a different fertilizer that has a lot of calcium in it. I'm thinking bone meal might actually be the fertilizer I need. Also, with my irrigation system, I had to enlarge the hole because the hole that I put in there was not only too small, but it kept getting clogged up. So I enlarged the hole, and to demonstrate, I'm going to show you how much flow I have coming out of the irrigation pipe. That's a good amount of flow, isn't it? So let me go ahead and show you the other tomato plant, because the other tomato plant is pretty much loaded down. And when I mean loaded down, I mean take a look at this. You got some tennis ball size tomatoes, and you also got baseball size tomatoes. There's 3 of them. That's pretty large on this plant. They're all clustered together. It's pretty much taking up all the nutrients and everything, and it's actually preventing other tomatoes from coming on the vine. I'm hoping that these 3 will actually turn red or at least orange before the 4th of July. And also, with the irrigation pipe on this tomato plant, I had to enlarge it as well. But I'm actually suffering from another problem with this irrigation pipe, and that's beetles. The beetles get in the pipe, and I guess they kind of shelter themselves from other predators. So hopefully they didn't clog it up. And I also enlarged the hole on this pipe as well. I don't know if you can see it. So I got a good flow of water coming out of there. So so far my tomato plants are doing pretty good. And I'm hoping I'll actually show you a vine ripened tomato later on. In the container where the beets grew, I replaced them with green pepper plants. I did plant about 7, but 2 of them pretty much dried up, so now it's only 5 left. So I'm going to try to make the best out of the 5 that I have left and see if I could try to get them growing, and probably leave them down to probably around about the end of September. So hopefully I actually have something out of the green peppers this year, since last year was not that good. I don't think I grew any green peppers last year, but hopefully this year will actually be a good year for peppers. In the containers where I had the kale, I replaced them with bush beans. In 2 of the containers they didn't come up yet, but in 1 of them they have. I grew beans in containers in 1 year, but it didn't do too well. So hopefully this year I can actually do things a little bit different, and hopefully I'll get a successful crop out of them. I might leave these to grow to sometime in September and see if I can actually get at least 2 harvests out of those beans. But we'll just have to see. I'm just hoping that this year will also be a successful year for beans. And lastly, we have a yellow squash plant. This is my first time ever growing a squash in a container, and it looked like things are going pretty good. It's been flowering, but there's a whole lot of male flowers flowering. But if I look a little closer, we do have some female flowers coming, and it's got some squash on it. There's a few up there, and hopefully things will go pretty good. And I've been trying my best to try to trellis this squash plant, but this flimsy plastic loop can only do but so much. So hopefully this squash plant doesn't suffer from the squash borer insect that's pretty much common pest on these squash plants, but we will have to see throughout the growing season. So that's pretty much it for my garden update. Hopefully this summer garden season will be pretty successful, and hopefully I actually get a harvest video out of it. So if you like what you see, leave a like. If you have questions, comments, leave it in the comment section. That's it for now. Happy gardening.